Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Today we can see how the direct expenses associated with the commodity purchases, how we can enter in our system, INFOGATE system. For example, when you purchase commodities, sometimes associated expenses will be also coming. Most of the time it will be there, like transportation charges, other service charges, customs clearance charges. Maybe if you are buying something for some fabrication or powdering, whatever it is, any commodity that you bought in a bulk and you need to powder it or you need to fabricate it, or other direct expenses like transportation, other charges. All these associated direct expenses, it's called the direct expenses, which is incurred along with the commodity purchase. Those direct expenses must be included into the cost of the material when you are trading the commodity. So in that case, how the document entry can be done inside the INFOGATE accounting software, that we can check today. For example, I will enter one purchase. In this case, this trader is trading for some spices, for example. That trader bought spice in raw as a raw material, and he got the bill from the supplier for the commodity, and he bought it into his warehouse in the stock, and he need to make it powder. So the associated expenses may be incurred along with will be the transportation charges, loading and unloading charges, powdering charges, all they will be incoming, right? So in this case, we can see as an example how we can enter the purchase from the supplier for the raw material, and how we can enter the expense accounts for the direct expense accounts for the purchase, and how can treat those expenses in this purchase also. So we'll start an entry. Suppose the bill is coming in 27 August 2024 and the bill is in credit, so we will choose credit here, and the bill number from the supplier we will be entering here, and the supplier will be chosen here, the cumin supplier, whatever it is. The supplier name can be added inside the supplier master, and then you can choose the supplier account over here. It's all normal if you have already seen the video for the purchase entry in our system. We will select, for example, the cumin here. We had entered as a product the cumin, and we will select that entry here as a commodity. So this trader purchased 100 kilo for each kilo 30 real. That's the raw material. We added the raw material into the list. That's the only purchase inside the bill. So the total amount is 3000 real and 450 real and 3450 including VAT. So the bill is entered from the supplier. Along with this bill, the transportation charge is there, the unloading charge is there, and the powdering charge is there. So these three charges are incurred for this trader. In that case, we need to open three expense accounts, in specific three direct expense account. We can check how we can enter the expense here, open the expense account here. We will go to the master menu and go to the accounts master, and we will enter one code 602, whatever it is, a series of number as a code, and transportation charges will be taken as a type expense because it's an expense, as a group direct expense. The direct expense is selected because all the expenses associated with the commodity purchase will be selected as direct expense. So we will save one, and the other one 95600 3 unloading charges and that is also expense, which is direct expense. We have seen this one, and we have already created the powdering charge. In the case of this trader, there is already one account for the powdering charge, so we have that expense account already created. Okay, we will come back to the, after saving the accounts, we will come back to this purchase window. There is one option, the purchase expense details. We will open this one. There is a small window popped up for this expense entries associated with this purchase in specific. So we will select the expense account. First of all, the powdering charge is, for example, 200 real, and the powdering service provider, the supplier, have given the trader with the tax bill. So we can choose 15% over here, and we can choose that supplier, or we can, if that's not that much concerned, so we can enter as a common supplier and enter his name, XYZ company is the powdering supplier, and the date of the bill, same day or the other day. If the bill he is treating, the trader is treating in cash, for example, for this powdering charge he paid him cash, so you can choose cash. If you paid him by transfer, you can choose by bank and choose the bank. And if it is credit, maybe you will be, if you are in turn in terms of monthly payment for him for the powdering charges, then you can choose his tax credit, and you can give him payment by partial. Okay, after everything ended, you can choose the service narration for the powdering of cumin 100 kg, whatever it is, your narration will be added into the list. And the next expense is the transportation charges. We will choose the transportation charges same way, 1000 real or 100 real, whatever it is. If he is not giving him the bill, then you have to choose 0. And if you paid him by cash, you can pay him by cash and narrate the same thing, transportation of cumin 100 kg plus, it is listed down. And the other thing is the unloading charges, 50 real. If it is same, if it is their bill, the tax bill, you can choose 15% or keep it 0%. Unloading 100 kg cumin in warehouse. So we had added. So total there is 350 real expense, and among them 30 real is the VAT. So all the entries are done, and then press OK. So that 350 real is added into the same purchase of 3000 real 100 kg cumin in raw. So after every entry we will save this. Once this bill is saved, the entry is done. Then when we go and check the product master for the cumin, the entry is there. For example, 30 real is our purchase of cumin in raw material. This value added to the standard cost of this material because of the expense. So this is the total standard cost along with the expenses for the 100 kg, including the powdering, transportation and the unloading charges. The same way can be treated for every commodity, like pipes in the building material trade. Maybe you will buy some pipes, and the bending charges, the fabrication charges, aluminum fabrication charges, steel fabrication charges, other expenses, other workshop charges, whatever commodity, whatever expenses incurred along with the commodity can be treated in the purchase expense details. Hope the video is clear in the detail. If any confusions, you can contact us. We will further clarify how you can treat that all together. This is how we will treat the direct expenses incurred along with the purchases. Thank you for your time. You can check the video and you can check in our software and contact us for further details. Thank you.